the happy world of 5FM Radio, your adult contemporary radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM Radio Main News. The headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema reaffirms government's commitment to youth empowerment. Chilanga Town Council lifts closure of Hungry Lion and Debonair's pizza outlets. And British man killed by president's convoy in Kenya hit and ran. This bulletin is also live on our Facebook and YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie. President Hakainde Hichilema has unwavering commitment to the youth of Zambia, to their welfare and development. Speaking 25 National Youth Endeavor held from March 14 to 15 at the Mulungushi International Conference Center under the theme Voices Amplified and Innovations Ignited. President Hichilema stated that the government is fully committed to addressing the needs and aspirations of young people across the country. He has said that the government has an extra eye for the youth, and that is why, since taking office in 2021, the new Dawn administration has made significant changes in the way resources are allocated and utilized. He further stressed the importance of young people's voices and their overall well-being in national development.
I want to reaffirm our unwavering commitment to the youth of Zambia. All of you, in a holistic way, in a total way, we are extremely committed to your welfare, your interests, and I can tell you, we have an extra eye for you. That is why we have made dramatic changes since we took office in the way we utilize public resources. And I'll just articulate these things today. Your voices are important. The welfare, equally important. Let us recognize the role of our youth in national development. In the National Youth Week like this one, it is important to recognize.
At the same event, Minister of Youth, Sport and Arts, Honorable Elvis Nkandu, has highlighted that the 2025 National Youth Endeavor has brought together approximately 3,000 participants from across Zambia. These include representatives from all 156 constituencies, students from higher learning institutions, and various youth organizations. Honorable Nkandu has expressed gratitude to President Hichilema for his steadfast commitment to youth development, stating that his leadership continues to inspire efforts in addressing the challenges faced by young people in the country.
Your unwavering commitment to youth development continues to inspire and guide our efforts in addressing the challenges facing young people in our country. I would like also to take this opportunity to thank you for officiating at the wreath-laying ceremony and Youth Day commemorations in Mongu on the 12th of March 2025. Indeed, it was electrifying. Your presence and your words of encouragement resonates deeply with all of us. During your address, Mr. President, you reaffirmed your directive that national events should not only be held in Lusaka, but around the country.
Chilanga Town Council lifts the closure of Hungry Lion and Debonair's pizza outlets in Chilanga following the successful installation of a water treatment system for the borehole that serves as their water source. Tests conducted today by the council's public health officers confirmed that the water is now safe with no contamination detected. Additionally, the council has imposed a penalty fee of 120,000 kwacha on Hungry Lion Chilanga after laboratory test results from the University Teaching Hospital UTH Food and Drugs Laboratory confirmed the presence of Staphylococcus aureus in food samples. However, Debonair's Pizza has not been fined as the outlet voluntarily ceased operations immediately after the closure of Hungry Lion on Monday, March 10, 2025. Both outlets have now been granted permission to resume operations. The Chilanga Town Council Public Health Department has since intensified inspections of food outlets and manufacturing premises in the district to ensure strict adherence to food safety standards. The council urges members of the public to report any concerns regarding food preparation as well as any symptoms experienced after consuming food from any outlet within Chilanga district. This is according to a statement by Chilanga Town Council Secretary Grayson Sakala. The Ministry of Community Development and Social Services has responded to concerns raised by some non-governmental organizations, NGOs, through the media, urging the government to halt the introduction of the NGO Bill 2025 in Parliament following its approval by Cabinet. In a statement, Principal Public Relations Officer Glenda Nachinga has emphasized that the NGO Bill 2025 is a result of extensive stakeholder consultations conducted over the past years, noting that the consultative process was facilitated by a technical working group TWG, which was chaired and deputized by NGOs themselves. Ms. Nachinga has clarified that the NGO sector, including various umbrella bodies, both local and international, individual NGOs, and the Council of NGOs, was adequately represented in the technical working group. Additionally, provincial consultations and validation meetings were held with participation from both local and international NGOs. She has further stated that the consultation process was conducted transparently, leading to the submission of the layman's draft bill to the Ministry of Justice for further processing. Ms. Nachinga has stressed that the contents of the NGO Bill 2025, as approved by Cabinet for introduction in Parliament, reflects a general consensus and aligns with the aspirations of NGOs in Zambia. She has also reassured stakeholders that NGOs or any other interested parties still have the opportunity to present their submissions on the specific provisions of the bill when it is tabled in Parliament. The Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises Development has announced a new model of collaboration between the ministry and business associations, emphasizing its suitability for Zambia. The initiative aims at enhancing effective communication, information exchange, and the growth and development of small and medium enterprises, SMEs. Speaking during a meeting with Apex bodies in Lusaka today, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development, Subeta Motelo, has stated that by adopting this model, the ministry seeks to re-establish a robust communication channel with business associations. This will ensure coordinated efforts in driving economic growth and development in Zambia. Mrs. Mtelo has highlighted that the proposed model will be built on key features, including a tied system of representation where associations at the district level will work closely with the ministry to promote SME growth and development. She has explained that district level associations will be established to represent the interest of SMEs, reporting to provincial associations, which will then feed into national apex bodies. These apex bodies will act as a unified voice, liaising directly with the ministry. The permanent secretary has further emphasized the numerous benefits of this model, stating that it will foster SME growth, enhance coordination, and ultimately contribute to Zambia's overall economic development. And in other news trending this evening, Health Minister Dr. Elijah Mchima has expressed satisfaction with the ongoing renovations at Solwezi General Hospital, a key referral facility in Northwestern Province. The Movement for Restoration of Education and Teachers Affairs in Zambia, Moreta, has commended the Zambia Police for uncovering a shocking case of corruption involving Mr. Eliphas Banda, a reverend at the Reformed Church of Zambia and a guidance teacher at Matero Boys Secondary School. Banda is alleged to have fled with 713,600 kwacha in cash, which was meant for the 2025 General Certificate of Education GCE examinations. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
The Ministry of Energy has acknowledged recent media reports regarding adjustments in fuel prices following the implementation of the open access policy on the Tazama pipeline. In a statement, Permanent Secretary for Technical Services Peter Mumba has emphasized that this development reflects the government's commitment to fostering a competitive and transparent petroleum sector for the benefit of all Zambians. Mr. Mumba has stated that the open access regime, which allows multiple oil marketing companies (OMCs) to utilize the Tazama pipeline, has led to significant reductions in premiums quoted by suppliers for diesel transported through the pipeline. He has highlighted that the open access guidelines were developed through a collaborative process involving all key players in the petroleum subsector. This inclusive approach ensures that industry concerns are addressed while promoting fairness, efficiency, and a secure fuel supply chain. The government has expressed appreciation for the cooperation of all marketing companies, OMCs, transporters, and other stakeholders in shaping a policy that benefits both businesses and consumers. Additionally, the ministry has reiterated that the government does not influence how suppliers determine their oil prices each month. Ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
And in foreign news, a British man has been killed in a hit-and-run incident involving a vehicle in the motorcade of Kenyan President William Ruto. The man, who has been named as 79-year-old Edgar Charles Frederick, died on Thursday after being struck in the accident on a main road in the capital, Nairobi. Police detained a driver who has since been released on bail. They say he was driving a support vehicle that was traveling at the rear of President Ruto's official convoy. Here's a roundup from the BBC.
Hamas has said it's ready to release the last living Israeli-American hostage it's known to be holding and hand over the remains of 4 other dual nationals captured during the 7th of October attacks. Hamas said it had received a new ceasefire proposal from Qatari and Egyptian mediators and was responding positively. Former President of the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte, has appeared by video link rather than in person for his first hearing at the International Criminal Court. He's accused of the crime against humanity of murder for his war against drugs, which killed between 7,000 and 30,000 people. President Zelensky has said Russia is trying to complicate talks on a ceasefire with Ukraine because it wants diplomacy to break down and the war to continue. President Putin said before meeting a US envoy on Thursday that he welcomed Donald Trump's initiative about a 30-day unconditional truce, but he set a series of conditions for Russian participation. The G7 countries have expressed unwavering support for Ukraine and threatened further sanctions against Russia if it doesn't back a ceasefire.
And in sports news, Tanzania's under-17 women's national team assistant coach Betha Kazobe has emphasized the importance of confidence and adherence to their playing philosophy ahead of their FIFA under-17 Women's World Cup second leg qualifier against Zambia on Saturday at Levi Mwanawasa Stadium in Ndola. Speaking during the pre-match press briefing, Kazobe has stressed that her team would focus on playing their usual possession-based game rather than putting unnecessary pressure on the players to overturn the 3-0 deficit from the first leg suffered. Kazobe has acknowledged Zambia's strength and praised the growth of women's football in both countries, pointing out their recent appearances at the Junior World Cup. Tanzania must score 4 unanswered goals to overturn the 3-0 loss from the first leg in Dar es Salaam, but face a Zambian side that is determined to finish the job in front of their home fans in Dola. The winner of this fixture will advance to the third and final round of the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifiers against either Benin or DR Congo. And now, the weather.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Eastern, Muchinga, Northern, Luapula, Copperbelt, and Northwestern provinces, including the eastern parts of Central Province, partly cloudy, slightly windy, and warm to mild, with isolated rain and occasional thunder. Western, Southern, and Lusaka provinces, including the western parts of Central Provinces. The evening is partly cloudy, slightly windy, and warm to mild, with isolated rain. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema has reaffirmed the government's unwavering commitment to the youth of Zambia, emphasizing its dedication to their welfare and development. Chilanga Town Council lifts the closure of Hungry Lion and Debonair's pizza outlets in Chilanga following the successful installation of a water treatment system for the borehole that serves as their water source. And finally, a British man has been killed in a hit-and-run incident involving a vehicle in the motorcade of Kenyan President William Ruto. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and YouTube, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the Happy World of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie. Have a pleasant evening.